Good morning, everyone. Welcome here to RTS Disc Golf, and right now we are currently at Ken Malloy Harbor Regional Park. This is a former campground that was here at Ken Malloy. It was shut down, I believe, due to a environmental project where the lake that's surrounding this area, the ground, invasive species, toxic water, it was not good. So they shut it down back, I think, 2014, 3 years of rehabilitation. Now you kind of get what we're looking at here, but in doing so, they're like, hey, we can put a disc golf course here, and this is what we're playing. 18 holes, all par 3s besides hole 18, which is a par 4. The goal today is going to be simple. I played a tournament here back in September 2025, so a little over 6 months ago. I shot -8, -9, and took second place, tied first, lost in the playoff. So second place with a -8 or -9, I'll put my score right here. Yeah. So my goal today is to beat that. Here we are at the first hole, hole 1. It is going to be 356 feet, and we're going to jump right to it. Pretty much the shot is kind of go up and over these trees, like crash off to the left. Anything to the left, trash. Anything to the right, kind of trash. You kind of want to hopefully end on the service road or by the basket. Very gettable in regards of like at least parring this. All the holes here are very parable at least. So we're gonna try to go up and over those trees. So I put it on a little turn and I'm gonna let it swing back on its own. That should be pretty good. Hi there, it's the Lorax. I'm talking to the trees because my disc is perfectly wedged behind this tree. So I'm just gonna put my foot here, step out a little. I don't know if I can, it's gonna be really weird. I wanna try, but I'm okay with the par if I get it. Ring in a 3. It's okay to start even, especially in this hole, that's fine. Hole 2, 239 feet, this pretty simple hole. It is a forehand friendly hole. There is a right to left wind happening. I'll put the weather report somewhere in the video, by the way, maybe right here. Showed you guys what I'm working with. But pretty much what we're trying to do here is go with a forehand, yikes, to the left of this tree and let it just crash in. I say yikes because last time I posted a video was what, 2023? 2 years ago? 3 years ago, actually? And my forehand was awful. I don't even know if I threw a forehand in that video. My forehand has not gotten better. So yeah, we're gonna try. Oh man, I throw everything so low. If y'all have any forehand tips, please, I will love to take them. I will take them with so much passion and love. Edge of circle 2, almost. I'd say probably a circle. I'd say edge of circle 2. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that. And I want to give it a. I'd love to do like a step putt here, but I can probably do a step putt. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Oh wow, that was bad. Holy cow, I sent that 20 feet in the air. That's I'm just gonna keep the camera rolling. You're just going either hear a dink or chings. There's no in between. Let's see. Yep, you heard ching. So that's still even. So I'm still on pace with what I shot last time. I'd like to get a birdie before hole 9 though. Hole 3, 340 feet. Straight down this service road and off to the right, past a grouping of trees here. I'm gonna stick with the forehand on this, and I'm gonna be throwing my grace, so I'm disking up, which you probably don't need to do if you have the forehand, as it's slightly downhill. However, I don't. I'm really trying to work on it now. I think in the near future, I wanna do a forehand only round here. I'll record that obviously. So look forward to that. I'm gonna give it a few courses in between. Definitely for something to work on. I think I just need this practice. See, I keep turning things over, but luckily, that was really bad. But luckily, because it's a grace and it's overstable, that one specifically, it faded out and I didn't get punished nearly as much as I should. So let's go make par. I went exactly probably like maybe 150 feet off the basket. It was not a good throw. It was not good. Like I said, forehands are work in progress. We're gonna get there. But I have a nice little open lane. Just gonna throw a nice my zone. Backhand, clean layup. And in for the 3, Yeah, like perfect. Yeah, there's my 3. So another par, but that's fine. You know, still even. Haven't taken a bogey yet. Gotta love that. And yeah, on to the next hole. Hole 4, 257 feet. The only challenge really on this one is this giant massive trees where the basket sits right behind, like directly behind it. So you kind of want to give it enough height. You almost want to throw it 300 feet in the regards of height to like crash hard left. I threw mine a little inside. It's going to end up still a little to the left. It might be fine. I'm going to be underneath the trees though. Not really where I wanted to be. I wanted to push more to the right. So like I said, as you see, you're surrounded by this tree, so you really want to get around that. And if I would have pushed it a little bit more right, the amount of turn, more power maybe, I could have got there and would have been this, which would have a lot better look. But here, kind of left with nothing. You know, I made a comment about a knee putt earlier on hole 1, right? I don't even have that really, so this is definitely just a layup for par and play it safe kind of thing. So we're just gonna do that, which is perfect. We're just gonna drop this in. Foot fault, my bad. Stroke me, stroke it. But still even. Still even. All right, hole 5, 223 feet, I think it says. 20 feet. So this would be a good time to talk about this and all around us here. The grass is very long, very, very long. There are nesting birds, and per the city, they cannot cut the grass because of the birds, and it's making a lot of disc golfers upset, and they're like, we don't see any birds, there's no birds nesting here. Well, it's because the grass is long and they're using it to hide and nest, so of course you're not going to see the birds. But so I think it's from like April till September they're not legally allowed to cut the grass, is what was passed to us. But it's all right. We'll make the best of it here, and what we're going to do right now is shoot a nice little, my envy, nice little shot just straight at the basket. Not too bad. You barely need a full run up for this one, right? So or maybe I did. That was really low. A little short, I like, but I mean, it's 15 feet out, a little elevated, right? So hopefully this will be our first 2 of the round, which would be a really good thing. Oh yeah, clean 2, nice and easy. We are now shooting better than what I did at the tournament. Round of applause. All right, hole 6, 243 feet. This is probably my favorite hole on the course. It's just dead straight, I get that, but for me, this is like the most picturesque hole. I love the grouping of trees, the circle you just could throw right into. There's no really bad shot on this hole, except hitting before the hill. I'm gonna be throwing my Pathfinder, just kind of right at it, let it do its magic, and hopefully we get another birdie. All right, that barely crest over the hill, but I think it pushed and dragged, hopefully enough to where I have a look. I talked myself into throwing at that hill, and it definitely just showed, so yay. All right, like I said, luckily, crest over the hill, got a good little drag and slide up. I'm about edge of circle 1 here, maybe just inside circle 1. Let's get this putt here and go away with neg 2, shall we? Or I'm going to go hard left. Wow. Let's make the comeback putt though for the par save. Wow, at least I made the adjustment. And I throw pures, so you're like, oh, don't throw 2 of the same disc, whatever. But I am throwing 2 pures. It's the only putters I throw with anymore. Yeah, that was bad, but it's all right. Next hole. Hole 8. 8? Yeah, 8. 182 feet, as you see in the sign. It's up the hill and it's right underneath this little observation deck. It is probably like the hole you see the most on UDisc. It's like the one people take the photo of because it's right underneath. It's held up by the chains. It looks cool. All it is pretty much a ginormous hyzer up and over all these trees. We throw my crux again and hopefully I get it. So that might have gone a little too long. Oh, I hit the side of it. I hit the side of the back side of the observation deck. Oh, I dinked off the side of it here. And I'm still in a good spot to make the birdie at least. Just gonna do a little side step off my left. And just put this in. Nice and easy. Puts it at -2, which is not terrible through 7. I'd like to obviously be -3. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, because last time I was even for the tournament here. Here we're on hole 8. I think I called the last hole 8, but it was not. That was hole 7. Here we are on hole 8. It's about 180 feet again. It's pretty much, honestly, if you the exact same shot as what I just threw. But instead of aiming for observation deck, I'm now aiming for this giant tree right there. I say giant tree. This tree on the top of the hill. If you get right before that and let it crash in, you're in a great spot. So. Like, that should be pretty perfect. That should be pretty perfect. So, like I was saying, pretty good throw, pretty good shot. It's funny, I was watching that throw back, and like, I was like, oh, I'm so memorized by my own throwing. My form was terrible there, though. I braced in really weird. So look back at my form, make some comments, judge me, please. I need it. But I'm making birdies, so the form works, I guess. All right, here we are, hole 9, 235 feet. Just dead straight, aiming for the hill here and just trying to give it a little good crash along. We're gonna give it a shot. Throw my envy again. Same thing as hole 5, I believe. Let's see. That's not bad, that'll work. A little short, but it skipped up pretty nice. Hopefully. All right, it didn't turn out too bad here. A little short, a little back behind it, but it's not bad. Got a good skip. Luckily, with the dry grass and California dirt, things kind of bounce, you know. So, except for my putting is still trash. You know, you win some, you lose some. Holy cow! Gotta make sure I'm actually trying, but it's all right. We're still -3. Not bad. Hole 10, 172 feet. It's about like 35-foot drop though downhill. So they made it a full runway, like a full little tee pad. Not needed. All you really need is a good corner. Want to take the right corner here. Simple as just giving it a little toss and let the thing just crash. So like that, that'll be perfect. That's all I need. It's gonna be a simple putt. I'm only, let's see, 1 stride, 2 stride, 3 stride, 4. Yeah, I'm 4 strides away, so I'm like maybe less than 10 feet. So easy, less than 10 feet. Pretty much outside bullseye. Simple too. Hole 11, 189 feet. Now the fun one about this shot is that it's got this huge wall of trees, and you really want to just barely, I mean just barely, crest over the top of this little gap and let it fall in. You want it almost falling right as it crests, because if not, you're going to be so long. It's so well tucked behind it. It makes this hole a lot of fun. And it's one of those ones like, you're like, oh, that might go in, that might go in. You just have to hope and listen for the chains. So let's see if I can give us some chain magic. It's like, I see that so wicked high, but that might go in. Oh, I heard it hit. That has to be, I'm gonna put money on it. 5 feet. 10 feet. 10 feet away. 10 feet away. No doubt. Before you laugh, I did kind of think to myself, maybe I put that a little too wide. I think this is like 10 feet, right? You know, this is pretty close to 10 feet, and not circle 2. But you know, it doesn't matter, because I want to make this putt. I'm not going to make that putt. So maybe if you're going to throw what I did, don't go as wide. And if you do, then give it the distance. If you go as wide as I do, I'm like 5 feet to the left here. So give me 1 second. All right, let's carry on. This hole didn't happen. Hole 12, 172 feet. How you doing, sir?
All right, yourself.
Oh, lovely day, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, weirdly enough, he has the lawnmower. I don't know why. I think he's just cruising because he ain't cutting the grass here. But 172 feet uphill, straight ahead. And we're just going to go right at it here with an envy. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. I might be long, honestly. I might have gone through and gone a little too long, but that should be good. Yeah, I gave it a little too much smoke, I guess. Don't know my own strength. All right. But I'm making it in. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, I get excited sometimes when I make a good putt. Hole 13, lucky hole 13. Shout out Taylor Swift. 215 feet that way, dead straight. I'm gonna throw my Envy again. I'm just gonna put on a little hyzer and let it crash. That's all you really need to do. Just a little hyzer, a little crash. That's perfect. That should be pretty perfect. Oh my gosh, get in, maybe get in. Woo, I was right behind it. That was right behind it. Oh my goodness. Oh, dance with it, dance with it, dance with it. That was good. I liked it. Yeah. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, so that was, like I said, that was 6 feet right behind it. That was a little bit ironic. If I gave it a little less power, that would have been perfect. You can't get more in line with what I'm at right now. But that was a great two. That was clean. We're on a good little streak right now. We're doing good. Minus hole 11. So we're on a good 2-hole stretch. All right, hole 14, just straight down this little hill, dead ahead over the road. Just going to give us a little ante. Again, the Envy, which is, you're going to see a lot of the Envy. You've already seen a lot of the Envy. Great disc. Shout out Jimmy B back at Burgess, Cape Cod Disc Golf. Thank you for this disc. It's been a godsend. Hey, Jimmy, don't watch that. Jimmy, hey. Cuz, you didn't see that, all right? You didn't see me throw that bad one. I gave you so much of a shout out for me just to shank that shot. I'm sorry. All right, so minus me giving a shout out than shanking this so bad, I'm going to make this putt, and if I don't make it, I will cry. Yep, that easy. Very sensitive man. Get in. Oh. No. Oh, it's in a terrible spot too. It's in a terrible spot too. No. Okay, so it's not as bad of a spot, so we can still make the par, luckily. There you go. Sorry, Jim. Sorry, Jimmy, he let you down in this hole. Voice crack. Oh no. All right, here we are, hole 15, 315 feet. I think they did that on purpose. So the goal of this one is you're kind of cresting this hill and letting it, you're gonna coast down the right side of the hill into a nice little flat spot where it's good for the putt. So what your goal, for me at least, as a backhandy person, I'm gonna aim for this bush that's right ahead with this Innova IT, the IT, and it should be understable enough to where it just turns on its own. So I shouldn't have to do much. I should just throw it flat and let's do a thing. It has a 6 glide, so it should be able to get there with not too much power. Yep. So it's a good time to point out, I might have turned that over a little bit, honestly. I might have turned that over. However, that disc is new in my bag. So that was my first time throwing it. I just knew it was understable. Didn't think it was that understable, and again, I might have just turned it over. We're have to give the disc another shot. All right, after a long time of looking for that disc, I did finally find it. It actually, I'm not gonna say I got rewarded for a bad throw, but I definitely got lucky for a bad throw, because it's not like awful. It's like still within well range to maybe make it 2. It's at the base of this, or middle of the hill here. You're gonna see me, obviously, but you're not gonna see the disc. Just got to trust me. Let me put this back in. Okay. If I make this, it's really undeserved, but I'm gonna try. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's not making it. That's not making it. It's all right. It wasn't deserved. It was not deserved. Nope. We got it. That's another par. Hole 16, 236 feet. Standing underneath the Camp Machado lines where the old entrance to the camp used to be. Very cool, I know. All right, this car's going behind me. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Pretty much, you want to throw it straight up the hill, let it crash left. You want to stick to the right side if you can. Let it crash left because all that's bush and it's, you know, not a lot of fun to be in there. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm disking up to the drive. Yeah, probably not needed, but I want to get there. I want to get this birdie. So that's gonna be long to the left. I pushed it a little too left, not flat, and so it took that line and just sent it. There's a reason I threw this hole on the tournament. Looking back, this is the only hole I bogeyed. So this hole cost me the tournament. If I would have parred, if I would have birdied, I would have won. There would have been no playoff. I wouldn't have thrown a terrible shot in my playoff and lost. But you can't live with regret. You can only fix your mistakes. And here's me hopefully getting the birdie to fix my mistake, or at least a par. So I kind of called it, like I said, way too far left. And ooh, there's a spider web here. I don't want to step on that. All right, I'm just gonna gently stand here. And went, you know, pin high, just now 50 feet past it and to the left. So I either want this birdie or I want this par, because I just don't want a bogey here. Oh, I'm gonna get that birdie. Oh, I got the birdie! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Oh, it feels so good to make up for past mistakes. Now, you might be wondering, how the heck did you bogey such an easy hole? Well, I got cocky, all right? I had a putt back there in the bushes. Putt, dink, behind this tree here. I'm like, I got that. No problem. That's what happened. Next hole. Hole 17. 240 feet. Probably, it looks so simple, but if you go long, so like this is very similar to hole 13, the one that I backed, like almost aced, right? Kind of ace ran. If I would have thrown the same shot, power, everything on hole 13 as I do here, I'm gonna be down by the campfire. You'll see the campfire next hole. It's a huge drop off, and now you're putting from uphill, and it's, yeah, you just don't want to be down there. So you want to not throw it short, so to speak, but you just want to stay on the same plateau that we're on right now. So that should be short, but it's going to be good. Like, it's going to be a putt for 2. It's going to be short, and that's okay. I threw it short because I don't want to be long. Maybe I should have given a little bit more than that, but it's fine. We're going to go see what we got. So I'm actually wicked short. This is a lot shorter than I even thought. I thought it was going to be like over here. I really underpowered that throw like a madman. But it's all right. As you saw, I can make these. I can make these. Definitely circle 2. Definitely a step putt for me. I can probably stand still. It's windy. I'm going to step putt it. Oh, I'm going to miss step putt it too. Wow, that was bad. Let's try that again. Just as bad. Well, slightly better. Slightly better, but not a make. Sure, I'm not, foot faulting. And you just saw that. That's just, look at that par. Look at that. Here we are, hole 18, 423 feet. This is the only par 4 on the course. I'm gonna be throwing my drive at it here. So pretty much what you want to do is there's a little garbage can and a little electrical box, I think, dead straight ahead. You want to kind of aim for that. You want to go a little to the right of it, which gives you a nice little clearing, a nice little open path down to the basket. Anything past that is like perfect. It's only going to get better. If you have the arm or just a shot shape for that day, it's very eagleable. If you can do it, more power to you. I'm going to try to play for the 2 or the 3, sorry. And here we go. I'm going to try to throw this on a little Annie. Just let it do what it wants. Oh yeah, actually that is stunning. That's gonna be right where I want it. Yeah, so I'm not sure how much you guys saw that on camera. This was absolutely perfect. It's probably one of my better throws on this hole. So I'm happy we got that on camera so I can study that a little bit, see what I did right and wrong. I probably could get more out of it, but I'm not gonna overlook what I just did. This is a great throw. Jet ahead, look at this perfect little gap. I'm just gonna do a nice little zone flick, straight, let it crash right, and in for that 3, Don't overcomplicate things. And 2. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! That almost eagled. Well, hey, at least it's a tap in 3. Oh, I hope that caught on camera. So yeah, that thing skipped right here, and it's just, oh, that would have been crazy to get. But it's all right. We'll take the 3. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys didn't, let me know. If you guys did, let me know. Let me know where I should play next, or ideas you guys have, or anything you guys want to see. I'm all over the SoCal area. This is just my first stop of many. I do recommend the course. It is worth playing. If you're trying to learn, if you're trying to grow, hone your skills, come out here, please. And now, the real goal is, did I shoot better than my tournament round? We're going to put a drum roll, and we'll make 2 takes here, because I don't know. Here's the first take. Yes! Yes, we did! Oh my god, I can't believe we did it. I'm so finally good. I'm so finally great. Here's my second take, if I didn't get it. Drat. Well, you know, sometimes the non-tournament pressure will get to you, and I feel like I still had a pretty good round. Haven't been playing that much. I'm getting back into it. Yeah. So, thanks for checking out the video. Bye. That was weird.